You know, the land is much easier. It's much easier. And we know the routes they take. We know everything about them. We know where they live. We know where the bad ones live. And we're going to start that very soon, too.
A stunning escalation from Washington. U.S. President Donald Trump has given a green light to a new phase of military strikes on Venezuela. This time, it is not at sea, but on land. That is right, the U.S. is likely to invade its longtime foe, oil and gas-rich Latin American nation. Trump confirmed that the U.S. military knows the routes and the land attacks will begin very soon.
I already stated my answer quite clearly.
So remember this, we lost last year. I think it was more than that, but you know, people don't like saying it because they always said 100,000, 115,000, numbers we've been hearing for years. So we lost last year more than 200,000 people, dead people, ruined families beyond the 200,000. And those 200,000, that family will never be the same. But these people have killed over 200,000 people, actually killed over 200,000 people last year. And those numbers are down. Those numbers are down. They're way down. And they're down because we're doing these strikes, and we're going to start doing those strikes on land, too. You know, the land is much easier. It's much easier. And we know the routes they take. We know everything about them. We know where they live. We know where the bad ones live. And we're going to start that very soon, too.
Mr. President, thank you so much, Mr. President.
And you know what? When we start that, we're going to drive those numbers down so low. And then you're going to have families be able to live without the fear of their son or daughter just having a pill to have a little fun and ending up dying within a period of 60 seconds, right? No, we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let it continue to happen. What Biden did to this country by allowing all these people, and I call them animals in many cases, I think they're animals, to come into our country and destroy our country and let all those drugs pour in. Let people just walk across the border like it was nothing. You look at them, a lot of them, you know, you say, oh, let's not discriminate. I'm not talking about color. I'm just talking about you look into the eyes of some of these people. We're smart. And you see a killer. Come on in. Just come on in. 11,888 murderers. Many of them committed more than one murder. He allowed them into our country, totally unvetted, totally unchecked. But he also allowed drugs to come in at record numbers. And hundreds of thousands of people a year died. And we're taking those son of a bitches out, yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for taking your questions. I think this is the most transparent administration I've ever seen.
For months, U.S. forces have been hitting alleged drug trafficking boats across the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, killing over 80 people. But now, the battlefield is expanding. However, Trump did not say where or when these strikes will begin. But the landscape of Venezuela is poised to change forever. The United States has deployed one of its most lethal aircraft just outside Venezuela. US's F-18 Super Hornet fighter jets are bracing for potential strikes alongside F-35 fighters. The F-18s have been deployed on the American Navy's supercarrier aircraft, USS Gerald R. Ford. F-18EF Super Hornet fighters on board the carrier simulate strike missions on Venezuelan targets, rehearsing the blueprint for possible real-world combat. Amid all the trailer of what firepower may come next, dramatic military buildup is already underway. Over 16,000 U.S. personnel, warships, aircraft, and surveillance assets all positioned off the shores of Venezuela. Washington insists the operation is aimed at stopping a Venezuelan-led drug network, but Caracas calls it something very different, a pretext, a staged justification for what it claims is an American plan to invade a resource-rich nation.
Yo creo en este momento que las verdades aportadas desde la institucionalidad y la opinión pública venezolana han abierto el camino a que hoy en Estados Unidos, en América Latina y en el Caribe se sepa la verdad. Y la verdad es que Venezuela es inocente. Y todo lo que se está haciendo contra Venezuela es para justificar una guerra, un cambio de régimen y robarnos la inmensa riqueza petrolera, que es la principal reserva petrolera y la cuarta reserva de gas del mundo.
Trump has already closed Venezuelan airspace, tightening the noose even further. With the U.S. openly preparing for potential land strikes, Latin America is facing its most volatile military moment in years. Washington claims it's fighting cartels. Caracas claims it's fighting for survival. Trump's war on drugs, however, doesn't look that easy. In a bombshell, conservative activist Laura Loomer accused the Office of Army Secretary Daniel Driscoll of trying to oust Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth in an alleged coup in a post on X. Meanwhile, as tensions explode across the Caribbean, the world watches to see where the first missile lands.